Today I want to talk a little bit more about relationships, Yes, I might be young and not too qualified to talk about this, but I feel like I had a fair share of just experiences in this kind of category of life. A couple of months ago, I had, well, basically my first girlfriend, and it was just a really kind of not boring relationship. I enjoyed it, I was just like on top of the world, but the relationship was just totally one-sided, I grew into it just by being masculine. I moved really masculine, trying to basically get her, and then when I got her, I just stopped being that masculine. I just got complacent, and I got out of the relationship more feminine than I was. And I was just I didn't know it, I didn't realize it. And now as I'm reading The Way of the Superior Man, the more and more I just realize the clear mistakes I made, and just the tests that she made for me. It was just something, this book, if I read this book 5 months ago, bro, the relationship would be flourishing right now. And I'm not even kidding. If you actually want to read the book, link down below. You can buy it. It's not sponsored or anything. Just I will leave you an Amazon link so you can just check it out if you want to. It's an amazing book. Now, David Dida talks a lot about polarity in this book, and I totally now agree with it because it just makes sense. It just outlined the mistakes and everything that I kind of made, and because of what she actually broke up with me, I was really just not goal-driven anymore. When you get into a relationship and you're just like, you forget about what your life is about. I was in that relationship, and I was talking to my friends like a couple of days ago, and I just wasn't fulfilled, I felt like there was something missing, and now I clearly realized that it was just simply goals, I had something else to chase before and after instead of my women, I just became totally concentrated on her instead of the masculine goals that I developed before. I was on the path to getting my dream physique, and then I was like not pushing to failure every single workout, not having the best workouts, not getting the best pumps, just being less and less confident, because I was just like, for who am I going to be confident? Because I was just like so focused on one girl, I was just kind of becoming weaker and weaker. And even though I was really happy, I was just blinded by this, I don't know, I was just blinded. Like, I didn't see what was behind the picture. I didn't see what my heart actually was wanting. And because of that, the relationship ended in a fairly bad way. I'm still friends with that girl, but at the end of the day, the relationship could have went so much better. And it was clearly, and just now that I look back, it was my mistake. The whole relationship was just my mistake. And it was just because there wasn't that polarity, we were polarized when I got into the relationship, when we got together. I was really masculine, she was like really feminine. But then I just grew to more like neutral. The more weeks that passed, the more I was just spending time with her instead of spending time about my goals. I was not having anything in my life going for me. I was still playing video games. I was not doing anything that was basically productive for myself except for just working out. And even that part of my life was lacking because of her. Now, obviously, I have nothing against her right now because I clearly see my mistakes, and actually didn't make a single mistake. She was a feminine woman. I just didn't know how to kind of navigate the relationship and her emotions. I tried to speak to her like she was my friend, like a man. When your friend is having a problem, you speak to him with logic, you ask him questions, you say, oh, why is this, and you try to help him. Well, I tried to do that with her, and that was such a big mistake. And the David did actually speaks really, really nicely in the book. Just like, you shouldn't do that. If your woman is down, you should just fill her with your love. You shouldn't just like go around and just ask her questions and analyze her as you would your friend or even yourself. You shouldn't do that. It just makes her so much less attracted to you. And also another thing that I done was like I was really indecisive. Like she would ask me like, what do you think about this? What is better? And I would like say, oh, whatever makes you happy. Or, oh, I don't know, you choose what you want. And like many times she actually said, why are you doing this? Choose for me. I want you to choose for me. And I never did. You know, it was such a feminine trait from her. And that was just like indecisive. She was basically testing me day in and day out. And I was failing the tests every time. It was just because I was really indecisive. And I was just pushing those feminine thoughts and traits into my life. I was getting consumed by the world, basically, what the world told me. And I was just, yeah, I got my first relationship and I was really happy and all that. And I thought I was sick. You know, I thought like I was the G, man. I was in the relationship. Let's go, bro. But then like I didn't feel like the G. You know, I was just like, even to my friends, I just became like a pussy. I'm not even capping. Like wasn't driven by anything in my life, and I didn't have anything to kind of go for me. So this is just a reminder, don't get complacent. You know, just because you got a girl, it doesn't mean that you're ended. It doesn't mean that you're finished with like kind of with the world. Just because you have a girlfriend, it doesn't mean that your goal is just done. It doesn't mean that. It means that you need to stay masculine and even get more masculine because you have a feminine woman. Now this will not work obviously if you're in a relationship where she's more masculine and you're more feminine. Obviously this will not work. But let's say you're like a really masculine man and you have a feminine woman. It should stay like that. You shouldn't just try to get closer to her. You know, I was just really dry. I'm not even capping. Like some of my texts were dead. I was asking her like the shit. Or like, what's your favorite color? Imagine, bro. Imagine asking a girl that you're with, like, what is your favorite color? I just couldn't keep the conversation up. And I don't know, it was just like so, I was scared, bro. I was scared to actually just be with her truly. I was scared to kind of pursue my desires. I was just scared to not kind of like make her mad or just, I don't know. I was just really scared of her. Not her, but just like her judgment, I guess. And it was just so feminine from me. And definitely the relationship could have flourished if I was just better. You know, if I was definitely better, if I was more masculine, like even like if I was right like I am not right now, if I was in the relationship would flourish. Because in the last 3 months I learned so much. Like I gained more knowledge than I gained like the last 14 years of my life. It was just so ridiculous. The amount that if you put your mind into something, the amount you can get done, the amount you can learn, the amount you can get done is just ridiculous. You know, it's just 2 months can totally change your life. So you need to start it. And like after you get one of your goals done, or after you get like a girl or something, don't get complacent because it's gonna delete that goal. Back then I didn't know what my goals were. I was indecisive and I was just like, I didn't know where I was going. I was like happy with the moment. And I see this more and more with my friends. They're just kind of gliding through life. They don't know what they want. They don't know where they're headed. They're just kind of just like robots. They're just totally controlled by our society and just like they're going like this. They're gliding through life. The time is just going by and they don't understand why. You need to fill your day with something productive. You can't slack. Your life can't get away. Thank you guys for watching. Faith be the reason. If you want to get some gifts, the first link down below. You can use the code GLSDNY it's gonna expire in around 20 days, so right after this month ends, so make sure you use it before it's gone. If you like this video, subscribe, drop a like, drop a comment, tell me what you think about this topic. I love you guys. See you tomorrow. Peace.